you're getting your powers back on this lunar eclipse in Pisces. And let me tell you why this is very important, because this lunar eclipse is going to be a little bit challenging, but it's going to completely close out any questions, any problems you had in the events that happened in 2017, in the entirety of 2025, and during the spring of 2026. So think about major event that has happened during that time. This is exactly what you are ready to let go of. And if you want to know more in depth about your chart with this lunar eclipse lens specifically, go to Astra app and astrological events, and you can ask Astra, what am I ready to let go of and heal during this lunar eclipse in Pisces? And it's going to tell you very precise answer based on your birth chart. So make sure to check that out. And this is going to be for your sun sign. So obviously first we go with Pisces. This is your lunar eclipse, so you're probably going to feel it a lot, especially if you are in a very early Pisces season. Let's see what this lunar eclipse has for you. What is the message for you, Pisces? We are using the Thoth Tarot today, which is very special, very special. You're gonna spend some time alone. You gotta spend some time alone, Pisces. Let me tell you, because you are about to discover something like a major understanding of the amount of work that you've done and how it can actually become useful to you. Obviously, Hermit here is the main energy. I don't know if you guys actually like know this deck, but this is a very beautiful deck. Hermit here is the main energy, and this is the energy of like, you gotta let go of people, you gotta stay by yourself, you gotta get a little bit quiet, get a little solitude in order to find yourself, in order to go deep. Because again, I feel like in the last reading I did tell you that there is a lot of people who kind of like getting into your space. There is a lot of people who are trying to a little bit too much to like intimidate you, you know, like a little get into the space and your energy and disturb it a lot. So that might be part of the problems. But there's also 4 wands and 7 of pentacles, which is like completion and failure. So whatever things you were considering as failure, whatever things you were considering as like not good enough, whatever was the tea with you, and you're just like, well, no, like la, 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 la. This lunar eclipse, you won't be able to look away from the fact that all the experiences that you went through are actually bringing you a full completion. They coming into the full circle moments, and it's only possible if you're able to let go of any criticism of people around you. Interestingly enough, like 7 of pentacles and 4 wands here together, it's really kind of like, listen, this is not the end. This is not the end. You almost like ready to give up. You're almost ready to be like, yeah, let's just let it go. Let's just cut it out. Let's just like close out the tab, like whatever you're thinking of the closure. But it's not. It's actually, if you look at a different angle of it, and it's actually, if you really look at it from like a high level, high frequency level rather than low frequency level, it's not about finishing and letting go and like failing and like just giving up on the projects and on the ideas that you had. It's a lot about understanding that you can only fail if you don't go back and see what things have performed the best, what things have worked the most, right? Like you're posting videos, what topics were like resonating with your audience the most? You run in a business, what type of products are selling themselves without you even needing to do anything? You know what I'm saying? And the Hermit here is a big, big, big analytical person, because it is really much represented by the Virgo. So listen, lunar eclipses, full moons, they always about sun and moon, right? Like when the new moon is sun and moon, they are together. They on the same page, they're on the same vibe, like no one's complaining. When they are in the opposition, like they are right now, this is definitely somewhere where you need to look at yourself from other people's eyes. And always, like your opposite sign is Virgo, so like you kind of need to get into this Virgo energy. And like, I mean, the Hermit is the Virgo here. So it's really, you about to start winning. If I were to sum everything up, you're about to start winning. But for that, you need to go back and literally go really deep into the things that you already done and decided that it's a failure. But then you're gonna find something really gold, something really strong, something really almost like profitable there, that will help you to move forward and just like have this moment of expansion. Aries, let's see how this lunar eclipse is going to affect you. What is something that you need to know, see, be excited for? What is the energy? What is the energy for you, Aries? Yeah, listen. The thing is, the energy is very much abundant. The energy is very much like you need to be ready, you need to be on your toes, you need to be just like so focused, so sharp. There's going to be a major opportunity. There's going to be a major opportunity for growth, for abundance, for thriving. A lot has to do with finances, a lot has to do with you being financially stable, a lot has to do with you being very abundant. The thing is, the tower. The tower has came up for you. And you know what the thing about the tower? The main thing about the tower is this mouth. Because tower literally means a mouth. And what is the thing about the mouth? The mouth full of fire like this. And I feel like if you have Mercury in Aries, you know what your mouth can do, right? Like you can really destroy people, you can really hurt people, you can really like damage someone, right? This is what tower means. But at the same time, if you use this in a very constructive way, in a very creative way, in a very much like a high frequency type of way, tower and this mouth could be a moment of liberation, a moment of encouraging yourself to do something, a moment of like, it's like, think about those like old movies where people were like, I don't know, like at wars or whatever, and then they thought like the war is over, they lost, but then someone says like, no, we cannot give up, we have to keep going, we have to, this is the chance, we have to give it another chance, we have to give it another moment of, we have to try one more time, we have to try one more time. And if this mouth gives this very encouraging speech, this is what you're getting: prudence. It's a very abundant energy. It's also Eight of Pentacles is literally like Sun in Virgo. It's literally Sun in Virgo. It's literally Virgo season that we are going through right now. So like this Virgo season is your chance. In a lot of senses, also the Tower means crisis where a lot of people crumble, but you can take an opportunity. Like think about COVID, right? Like world was a chaos. World was a really chaotic place. But how many people just like took advantage of it and like made so much money off of it, right? Like not necessarily in a not all of them did it in an ethical way, right? Like, but a lot of people start selling things online. A lot of people start, opening their shops on Etsy. A lot of people were, just like finally saw that like they could do things online. They could work from home. And also Princess of Discs here. So like Page of Pentacles here. It's, again, you are finishing something, some sort of really long story that may be actually going through all the way from 2017, 2025, 2026, that has to do with finances, where you just like you were trying to get those things done and, kind of like close this book, close this chapter. And this could be a chance, and this could be a chance. But again, you just have to be in this mindset that like, okay, it just has to be one more try. It just have to be one more opportunity for me to go and make things happen. Taurus, let's see how your lunar eclipse will go. What is the message for you? What you're ready to let go? What is this closure? Like, this is the end of eclipse season. This is the end of eclipse season. Do you understand how major that is? Let's see, Taurus. Listen, you are doing so good, Taurus. You are doing so good. You're gonna feel very much like you're literally gonna feel pleasure. No, listen, look at these cards. One says peace. No, one says pleasure. Another one says peace, and one that says completion. So some sort of projects that you're working on, some sort of things that you were trying to get done right now. Some, I don't know, maybe you're applying to something. Maybe you are in a talks with someone. Maybe there is some sort of negotiations, because two of swords is about negotiation. It is about being in the talks, like going through some sort of talking process with someone, right? Six of Cups, pleasure. It's really all about finding yourself again in that. Maybe actually, because it does has some sort of feeling of nostalgia to it. Maybe you were recently like, I really wish I could back to that time when I was like happy, or I was like doing some sort of routine, or I was just like feeling myself a little bit more, and I was just like enjoying myself more. Like things like that. Maybe you were just like thinking about it recently. And there is also completion, which is Venus in Aries, which is all about, listen, you about to have you watched the Odyssey? It's like when he was like putting that bow in, you about to put that like string on a bow, and it's gonna work for you. Like something that you're working on, something that, again, like you're going through negotiations and getting things, almost like getting things done, almost getting things in place. They're about to start working. And again, again if you were just like really hoping, like, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Six of Cups. Here's the thing about Six of Cups. Here's the thing about Six of Cups. you go through some sort of challenging moments, you go through some sort of disappointing moments. Five of cups comes before six of cups. For you to only come to this place of pleasure and say, you know what, this pleasure only means so much to me because of what I've been going through. If all of that did not happen, I wouldn't know how happy I am. I wouldn't know how rich I am. I wouldn't know how good this feels to be able to do what I do. And it makes me appreciate myself more. It makes me appreciate all this energy more. It makes me appreciate all the abundance the universe is giving me because I've been on the other side. I've been on a completely other side. Listen, there is a lot of peaceful energy. There is a lot of productive energy. There is a lot of abundant energy. Like, look at those flowers. They are thriving. They are just like rising to the top, to the sun, to reach full potential, and I feel like this is again what was happening with you in 2017, 2025, and then also the spring of 2026. Those are the topics that will be really on the surface for you for the next week or so, and you'll be able to really bring this completion, to bring that moment of closure for yourself, where you'll be like, "Phew, I'm safe now, I'm good now, let's go. We're gonna make it happen," and we are feeling the best we have ever felt. So Taurus, lock in and make it happen. Geminis, how are we doing? Let's see how this lunar eclipse is going to really go through you. What is the energy that you can expect? What are you letting go? This is the end of eclipse season. So literally, like, if you're watching this right now, which you are, you there. You literally there. You literally there. Let's see, message for Geminis. The way you are going to be so, listen, you're about to make the biggest bag you've made ever. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy that there's only pentacles here. It's only pentacles. It's only energy of money. It's energy of abundance. It's energy of figuring it out. And here's the thing. If right now you understand that you kind of like moving from one place to another, in a sense that, yeah, you've been making money one way, you've been doing something one way, something was happening there one way, something was, it worked for a while, but it stopped. Five of Pentacles, right? And you understand it's time to move on. And here's the thing, you as a Gemini, you need to know that there will be constant changes in your life. You're not a Capricorn, right? You're not even like Aquarius. You have a lot of like small little changes that like really influence your life a lot, just because like also depending on your rising sign. But listen, Mercury is the type of planet that you need to know that you you should like always be expecting things to change in your life. And the sooner you'll start accepting that like there's constant change, there is constant something going up, something going down, the sooner you'll accept and get to this like abundant energy here. And this is the abundant energy I'm talking about. There is literally Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. So you literally coming from figuring it out, understanding that there has to be new strategy, understanding that there has to be some sort of new ways for you to make those money, to try something new. You probably already know what I'm talking about. You probably already have some sort of thoughts of like, I gotta make it happen. I know what I gotta do. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And then I'll be able to have this data to know what's working and what's not. And I feel like you don't even need the data. You just know that the next thing that you're gonna try is gonna pop off. You just know that the next thing you're gonna try is gonna pop off. And here we have Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, meaning you trying it, you doing it, you working on it, you putting some sort of effort in it. Prudence. It's very like thriving energy. It's very much like, ooh, and the thing is, Sun in Virgo. So it's a Virgo season. So during this Virgo season, you are really able to figure it out and get to the point of gain. You are gaining something financially. You are, I don't know, it's either like you start making more money off of something, or it's either you start finally being in a place where you save more than you spend, and by the end of each month you have more and more and more and more money, and you don't have to like go into the net negative, rather than you don't have to go there, because there's always more money than you have at the moment. So Geminis, I encourage you, try this one thing that you thought about. Do this one thing that you said, I need to try it. I need to see what it's all about. I need to like, set the system up because I know it's gonna work. I encourage you to try it because you are gaining something after this lunar eclipse. So claim this energy in the comments, show up yourself, Geminis, and listen, this is your moment. Have it. Cancers, let's see how this lunar eclipse is going to affect you. What is something that you need to know? See what is happening with you. What's happening with Cancers? What's the energy for Cancers? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, here's the thing. I feel like it's something where you get an amazing opportunity for something. Is it your producer calling? Is it's like work recruiters? It's someone who has like a little bit more power over you, and they like picking and they choosing and they have more options, and they're about to choose you. But again, here's the thing: is that you will have to be very quiet. You will have to be very silent. You will have to really keep good energy to yourself and make sure that people are not just like know what's going on in your life. It's very specific because there is also King of Swords and Princess of Wands. So a lot of the work that you've been doing, a lot of the actions that you've been putting in, a lot of efforts that are have been like presented to you, you're about to get it done. You're about to finish it, right? Like you like you played video game for 2 years, and now you're standing between you and final boss, and after that final boss is the chest with the biggest reward ever that you've been trying to collect, you've been trying to get, and that's what's happening. So the Prince of Swords here is again very much like air energy. Do you know someone who is Aquarius? Do you know someone who has a lot of interest? Do you I don't know, it could be like a very creative profession too. Yeah, profession, yeah. Could be someone very creative, could be someone very much like always in the air, a lot of plans, talks to a lot of people, Aquarius type of personality, and it's also very active energy. It's also very dominant energy. It's also the energy of like we gotta get the. Yeah, nothing about this is saying like passive. So even though it's a lunar eclipse and it's kind of like moment of realizations and moments of like changes and reflection, there is something that's really kind of like forcing you to step out of this comfort zone. And also there is a Three of Swords. So Three of Swords is all about being, well, because it is Saturn mostly, it is mostly Saturn, and number three actually is always Saturn. So you just know, if you do your readings for yourself, just know if there's a three, it's a Saturn energy. And what is Saturn energy? Saturn energy is just like you gotta keep going, you gotta stay disciplined, you gotta work through it, you gotta be, don't say hop before you jump, right? Like that's what people say. Keeping it quiet, keeping it like protected even from someone else's eyes, because I feel like even though it will be very much on the surface, because again it's a lunar eclipse, again it's a very much like the energy of realization, understanding something is coming through here, something is getting to the surface. I don't think you'll be necessarily able to talk about it. And again, as I said, like in the producers, maybe someone invites you to like audition for some sort of TV show, audition to some sort of, I don't know, like some sort of casting. Maybe you getting like new projects, right? Like, and people reaching out to you, but do not tell anyone what's going on. Do not tell anyone that someone reached out to you. Be quiet. Act exactly the same way, and keep protecting yourself in that sense. Leos, let's see how this lunar eclipse will affect you. What is something you need to know, see, be excited for, be prepared for? What is the energy for Leos? What is the message for Leos? Let's go. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see. Ooh, some sort of secrets are being planted around you, and it seems like, I don't know, are you getting some sort of will? Are you getting some sort of compensation? Are you getting some sort of mediation, and you're mediating with someone who is about to give you some sort of financial freedom? Someone is about to give you financial freedom. Someone is about to set you free in that sense. But again, it could be very unexpected, and it could be from the place that you don't know, because we have like here the moon. The moon is always something happening in the back. It's always something that's happening without your control, without your acknowledgement, and it's just like kind of like slowly brewing in the back until it's like so obvious, and still it's so on the surface. Maybe listen to your intuition during this one, because you might feel like something is coming. You might feel like, maybe you even feel like, I don't know if you have your resume on some sort of websites, or you have your portfolio, or just like audition tapes and things like that, right? Like maybe you will feel like, oh, I need to say yes to this one. Maybe you got an email asking you to like go and audition, and you haven't done it in a while, and you're just like, well, I'm done with it. But then something's telling you that you need to go and you need to do it, because we have Prince of Swords and Ten of Pentacles here. So again, I feel like it could be like some sort of producer. I feel like it could be some sort of creative persona. It could be the Aquarius. It could be someone who is. It could be like your behavior in general, like very, very connected, very free spirited. You cannot tame it down. And the Ten of Pentacles is like something that just like gives you a lot of wealth. I mean, it's literally called wealth. It's literally called wealth. I don't know if you can see it, but Ten of Pentacles is wealth. So, do you know someone who, oh my God, do you know someone who is that? Do you know someone who is proposing you with something? But again, it could be like really brewing slowly in the back without necessarily you knowing what it is, without you necessarily knowing what is the, you know, what's the outcome, right? Like maybe they still choosing between you and other people. Maybe it's some sort of will, maybe it's inheritance, maybe you're getting some sort of compensation, maybe you're getting something, but it's something that you will be able to save from. It's something that you will be able to almost like sit on it. And I gotta tell you, Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful energy for, it's kind of like when you think about like ultra wealthy people and they just like don't do anything with their money. They just like keep accumulating something bigger. That's kind of like the energy, right? Like that's kind of the energy here. It's not something where you're like getting a huge grant like for your education and you spending it. It's something that you're getting, but also like not spending immediately. You know what I'm saying? And if you look closely, also Ten of Pentacles, it represents the intestine, right? Like where you can like keep those things, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, Leos, I feel like you are getting that chance to become financially stable, but also to be really wealthy. So listen to your intuition because it might tell you where exactly is going to come from. Virgos, let's see how this lunar eclipse will affect you if you have birthday within this week. If you have birthday yesterday, tomorrow, today, first of all, happy birthday, but also know that this is really life-changing for you. All the Virgos, like you start your Virgo season with the eclipse in your sign. Like this is going to be a crazy year for you, for sure, for sure. Message for, ooh. Definitely, listen, don't do too much, but I am telling you, you're stepping into the power. But don't do too much, but don't be too much. Here's the thing, when you think about like great rulers, when you think about TV shows where people have a lot of power has to be very much focused, strong, and not desperate. Because when people start seeing desperation in the actions, they feel it and they start taking advantage of it. There's also a lot of Aries energy. There's a lot of Mars. There's a lot of Aries. There's a lot of like fire. So I don't know. I feel like you kind of like getting fed up with something that's going on in your life, and you're just like, you know what? I'm a Virgo. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna go for it, and I'm just gonna get it done. I'm just gonna get it done because how long can I still wait for people to, I don't know, respond, get back to me? You're just getting impatient. You're just getting impatient, and the Emperor here is the main energy, and the Emperor is really represents control over the situation. It really represents like protection. It really represents structure. It really represents boundaries. Maybe lately you've been thinking about more boundaries. Maybe you're thinking about, I don't know. And again, no shade to Virgos, but like it's a lot of you. It's a lot of you Virgos. So maybe you've been hanging out with a lot of Virgos. Maybe you were hanging out with a lot of friends, and you were just like constantly like, listen, what am I doing? Why am I always outside? Why am I always spending money? Why am I always celebrating someone's birthday? I need to start controlling myself. I need to stop having more boundaries. I need to start having more control of what I do rather than just like blindly following people. Because here is the Three of Wands, but also Nine of Swords. So again, it's a very much kind of like desperate and active energy that you could have been all over the place. You could have been doing a lot. You could have been just like getting like caught in that motion, and not necessarily that motion was good for you recently. So what would be really on the surface for you during this lunar eclipse is just the energy of control, the energy of protecting your boundaries, protecting your territory, protecting the progress. Because, listen, you don't need to have enemies for people to be slowing you down. Sometimes it could be you, sometimes it could be your friends, sometimes it could be your family. And this is kind of like the moment for you to be like, hey, I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I need to get on top of my things and be the Virgo that I am. I need to be productive. I need to step into the, all of this good energy, all of this good energy. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's really the moment to just like start having more boundaries here and start saying no to random hangouts, random people, focus on what you do the best and make the most out of it. Libras, let's see how this lunar eclipse is going to affect you. What is something that you need to know, see, be excited for, be prepared for? What is the energy for you, Libras? Libras, you're going through a lot right now, but listen, there's everything here has, ooh, everything here has its own reason and its own kind of like a higher goal. You like, listen, there is Saturn and Neptune in Aries in your opposite sign, so you might be feeling all over the place. Venus is in Libra right now, so just like, listen, get it together. But again, I'm getting such a divine interference here. Divine interference in the sense of like your, it's just like, hmm. Chariot here is the main energy, and Chariot is usually kind of like also an advice to like gear up and protect yourself from someone else's energy, because funny enough, there's a lot of water and air combined together that is coming after you, because there is a Prince of Cups, and Prince of Cups is a combination of water and air. But also there is a Queen of Swords who is also a combination of water and air. And what is the problem with water and air, you will say, right? Because you will think, well, they're not compatible, they're not necessarily like, the most destructive energy, right? Like comparing to fire even. But when water and air gets combined, it's giving a lot of gaslight. Like, think about a fog, right? You can't really walk straight through the fog without like not seeing anything. You will be blinded a little bit. You will be a little bit just like confused with like what's going on. And the Chariot here is kind of like suggests that like whatever is happening with you during this lunar eclipse, you need to keep your focus and your attention on the higher goals. What is the higher goal? What is this feeling of pride? What is this feeling of like I have to do it? Like this is something that I just like need to commit to, right? Like you look at the people, you know what they're doing, you just like and you feel disgusting. Maybe you actually feel disgusting by some sort of people right now because you look at them and you're just like, I can't. It's not the energy, it's not the vibe. I cannot do this. I know it's wrong. I know it's, and there's some sort of like conflicting energy between those. The thing is, all of the scored cards, they might also be representing people in your environment right now. They might be representing people who are gaslighting you in some sort of ways, right? Like it could be man, woman, doesn't really matter. And listen, they use emotions to get to the strategy that they created. I don't know, Libras. I know, like I'm telling you, the Saturn in the Aries right now and the Neptune that's also in Aries right now, it's giving like such a like test to your, just like a test and a lot of illusion and a lot of like kind of like necessity to cut out unnecessary and seeing through the BS that people be putting you through. No, I'm telling you. So again, one of the advice that Chariot is giving to you is to gear up, protect yourself, and really like build up the walls from some sort of negativity here. Because again, someone is just really trying to like interfere with you, but you have a stronger interference from the divine coming if you're able to follow this like a call for more divine purpose. Scorpios, let's see how your lunar eclipse will go. What is something they need to know, see, be excited for, be prepared for. What is the energy for Scorpios? What is the message for Scorpios? Scorpios, you are crazy here. You are crazy, but also in the best way possible, kind of. In the best way possible here. Um, in a sense, you're finding this good spot in your life. In a sense, you're finding this good energy in your life where you just like, this is what I was looking for, right? It's kind of like you're outside, you want to poop, and you finally getting home, and you're just like pooping. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, I'm safe, I'm good, nothing bad happened, we through it, relieved. That's just how you feel. That's just how you feel because there's loss, there is death, and there is also Six of Swords. Let's start with this one. Death is literally Scorpio energy. And here's the interesting, Scorpio has literally like multiple layers to it. Scorpio has like 3 layers here. One of them is little Scorpio, and it's kind of like giving up when you are surrounded with pressure, you're surrounded with enemies, and like giving up, surrounding yourself, and kind of like just like, calling it the night. But there's a very there's also a snake, right? Snake, and you need to know it because you are Scorpio, so you need to know layers that you have. Snake is a very smart, very wise energy that can wait, that can really, like, listen to the smallest changes in the air before they act. And the highest one is actually the eagle, and the eagle is all the way here. The eagle means advancing above the physical world, but also advancing above the materialistic needs here. So with the lust, with the strength here, some sort of fire is being lit within your soul, within your, again, like spiritual beginning, where you're advancing above just like work, you're advancing above just bills, you're advancing above just like something that so basic for you, and you know that there is a depth with you, that you know there is such a bigger impact that you can do, that you know that there's such a bigger also just like work that you can take. Not everybody can take that type of job, that type of projects, the type of initiatives that you can, but you can because you're a Scorpio, and again, you have that depth and you have that power to do so. What I like about Six of Swords here specifically, and for you specifically, is that it's really giving like, hey, you've been through a lot, and now when you understand your power, you can feel very much safe, you can feel very much chill, very much like you just gonna say, like, again, the analogy was swooping, like this is the energy that I'm talking about, that you will see throughout the week if you are able to advance through all of this, like very basic moments. And that's how you're going to feel emotionally for a long time, if you're able to like learn that lesson during this lunar eclipse specifically. And I feel like we all want to feel like this relief, especially you as a Scorpio who like constantly under pressure. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not. Sagittarius, let's see how this lunar eclipse is going to affect you. What do you need to know? See, be excited for, be prepared for. I will tell you, Sagittarius, soon-ish, Lilith will leave your sign. So I feel like for a lot of time, you've been really feel like tested, like everything was testing you. Like there's a lot of kind of like, devilish things going around, and you just like, you were trying to stay strong. You were trying not to take the bait. You were trying to, like get through it. You were trying to get through it. You were trying to get through it. Listen, I feel like you really like, here's the thing. Sagittarius are very smart. Sagittarius are great at strategy. Sagittarius are great at just like seeing the bigger picture and seeing the things that people don't see, just because again, you are able to like zoom out a little bit and see the whole thing. I'm telling you, you just gotta wait it out, and you just gotta keep staying strong, because there are two discs, there are 7 of discs and 9 of discs with the Princess of Swords. Meaning, listen, your mind will be literally the biggest helper in the next couple weeks. Because, and again, I feel like it has to do a lot with Lilith too, because Lilith is all about kind of like this, like a negative manifestations, about gossips, about dark side of yourself, and lower frequency of the things that you embodying, right? Like we all have high frequency, we all have low frequency, we all go through, different spectrums of it throughout the days, throughout the weeks, throughout the years. And this lunar eclipse is kind of like putting it on a spotlight, on a highlight. Whatever you do not give up. Whatever you do and you feel like it's exhausting, you feel like you've done so much, you see no results, you see absolutely no increasement in the progress, you don't see how it's bringing you anything, do not give up. Literally, like, wait just a little more, because there's going to be a moment of gain. There's going to be a moment of this finally getting what you deserve, finally getting what you've been working for, right? You're coming from 7 of Pentacles to 9 of Pentacles. You're coming from failure to gain. Like, think about it. You are in a gain, you are in a failure, and you're going to gain. You're going to gain. With the Princess of Swords, though, think about all the princesses. They're gathering some sort of information to get things done. They're gathering some sort of data to get things done. They are, I don't know, just like look at your old journals. Do you journal? Do you have journals? I hope you do. I hope you do. Look at them. Go literally like 1 year back. See what you were worrying about. See what type of tests you were going through. See what was something that just like testing you a lot, right? Then you will be able to see that, like, listen, this failure, whatever you think that this failure is literally not, when you're going to compare it to everything that has happened to you a year ago. And this is what, like, I read this phrase that was saying, everything has a year later. And whatever you're going through right now that feels like failure, that feels like, something's not happening, something's not going the right way, everything has a year later. So a year later, you're gonna look at this and you're like, oh my God, thank God I did not give up on my dream and on the financial stability that you are possibly gaining here, because again, there's a lot of gaining energy. Capricorns, let's see how this lunar eclipse is going to affect you. What is something that you need to know, see, be excited for, be prepared for? What is the energy? Let's see. I'm sorry, like, you will have to work. You will have to work. You better work, Capricorns. I mean, yeah, listen. I don't know how many of you already swiped. I don't know how many of you already like, it's about work again. But the thing is, this time it's a little different. This time it's a little different because you are closing. It's almost like you're trying to cross that bridge between where you are and where you want to be financially. And this time, something about your logic, something about your intellect, something about the way you think is going to help you. I really want you to just like grab a piece of paper and during this eclipse, just journal. 3 pages you have to journal. No less. Because there is there's a three of pentacles, which is literally Mars and Capricorn. It's literally Capricorns who are working. There's also 5 of pentacles, which is like, what is it? Mercury in Taurus, and there's also the Princess of Swords. So if you journal, if you've been journaling before, another thing that I will suggest, look what was happening a year ago. Look what was happening in even like a spring 2026, 2025. What are the worries that you were going through? Because I feel like if you look at them a different perspective right now, from a different personality, because like obviously you are different than you were a year ago, and you will be able to compare your thoughts, your emotions, your struggles that you were going through to what is happening right now. You'll be like, you know what? I got it. I always got it. I always do. I always get through it somehow, right? And the thing about all of these pentacles here is that, listen, sometimes you just have to do things. Somehow you just have to just like keep being persistent, keep showing up for yourself, because you might have worries about your finances right now. You might have worries about how you're gonna make it. But again, you're gonna make it by being a Capricorn. You're gonna make it by just like making things work. Also, Capricorn's moment of silence for Dolly Parton. What a Capricorn queen. What a Capricorn queen the world has lost. And I was just thinking about her because she literally like already has new songs coming out in a time capsule, because she like put in the work prior to that. She recorded it in like 2014, I think. She recorded it in 2014. Listen, and this is who you have to look up to. Like, don't look up to Jeff Bezos. Look up to Dolly Parton, because she's a real one. She's a real one. So yeah, I feel like a lot will have to do with your intellect. A lot will have to do with your capacity to process your thoughts and the ideas that come through you, because swords are also present in this reading. Yeah, Capricorns, let me know what's going on in your life. Aquarius, let's see how this lunar eclipse is going to play out for you. What is something that you need to know? See, be excited for, be prepared for. What is the energy here? Let's see Aquarius. Let's see Aquarius. Listen, this is really the moment when you will be able to take control and just like get something done really swiftly. See some sort of progress really swiftly. But I will say, because Moon is in Pisces, it could be a little bit delusional. It could be a little bit deceptive. It could be a little bit, something could throw you off. But I feel like one of the things you've been feeling or you've been going through and you're going to experience under this lunar eclipse is the topics of control, topics of protecting yourself, your boundaries, protecting the structure in your life that you had, and almost like understanding what it's like to be, I don't want to say in the army, but like I don't want to say in any of those things, but like there's a certain level of like commitment to routine that exists there, right? And it helps people to really stay always like so sharp and so ready and so prepared. So think about this, but like in your personal life right now, right? Because Emperor here is your main energy, and Emperor is all about control. It's all about having control over every single situation that you are in. Listen, if there would be like a Wheel of Fortune, I would have say, you have no control, don't worry about it, go with the flow. But here's the Emperor. So whatever you do and whatever you're going through right now, there's definitely like you are in charge. You are in charge. There's also 801's swift energy, Mercury in Sagittarius. So you might also like be visited by some sort of grand ideas, and none of these ideas are too big for you, right? Like if you're thinking, oh my god, like this is, it's crazy, but I don't think I can do it because like that's not up to my capacity. No, it is. You got this idea, you got this, you got this urge to like do something, to get something, to make something happen, because you already have the capacity for it. You'll be able to make it happen, literally. Like think about some sort of like ideas that you thought, go to through your notes, go through your journaling pages that you were doing. What were you thinking of? And here's what I say: there's also Seven of Cups. This is the delusional part. This is the part that's like a little bit throws you off. I'm 100% confident, I'm 100% positive that whatever you're thinking of, whatever those crazy ideas are, you're capable of doing it, right? But look out for all of the, and it's going to be different for all of you, but look out for all of the low frequency versions of yourself. Low frequency versions of yourself, meaning where are you most likely to lose yourself? Where you are most likely to go the wrong way, right? Like look at your life. What are the topics in your life? What are the scenarios in your life that constantly kind of like cause you to just like get lost? Because Seven of Cups, it's really all about like seeing too many options, seeing too many ideas that they almost like becoming destructive. And this is where it actually matters in a sense of control. Do you control this, or this illusion controls you? Because you have to stay in the front of it, and yeah, and almost kind of like say no to any of the like delusional processes happening in the life in your life around this lunar eclipse.